With YouTube attacking alternative media, please consider supporting the channel via Patreon for just $1 per month. Link below. The Tide Pod Challenge. Outside of Logan Paul, this has been probably the #2 controversy on YouTube over the course of the past month since the beginning of the year. People out there eating Tide Pods, apparently because they look delicious. And that's something that lawmakers have noticed because, well, these couple lawmakers out of New York are actually trying to get Tide Pods to look less attractive from a hunger perspective. They want them to look less appealing, to use just different color packets that make it look like candy. That I actually understand. Now, New York lawmakers want to require companies behind detergent packets like Tide Pods to individually wrap packets and change the colorful designs so they appeal less to children. I just, again, 2018. And we have to sit there and look at detergent companies and say, would you please make this less appealing looking to children? Because their parents have failed them. So we need you to become their mentors. The bill comes amid growing concerns that children and teenagers are eating the packets, sometimes posting the videos online in what's called the Tide Pod Challenge. That's, it's sad, but it's true. There's been a big thing about that. There's been 20 cases, and probably more now, that have been kids admitting to ingesting Tide Pods as part of a challenge. So yeah, it's a realistic thing. Assemblywoman Aravella Simotas and Senator Brad Hoylman, both New York City Democrats, have wrote a letter Monday to Procter & Gamble, which owns the Tide brand, urging them to take their own steps to make the product safer. The legislation is a sensible measure to address the product's danger, they said. That's true. After the Tide Pod Challenge has become a thing, I cannot not go to the store and then, or I cannot go to the store and not look for Tide Pods. Not that I want to eat Tide Pods, but I want to see whether or not they're hidden behind lock and key. I want to see if Tide Pods are somehow, tucked away to a back corner where you have to ask special directions. Like when you used to go to that homegrown video store when you were a kid, and your parents would ask for access back to the room behind the black curtain, and you couldn't go back there. That's where I always kind of wonder if Tide Pods are going, to the black curtain room of the grocery store. Like, oh, you want some laundry detergent? Are you over the age of 18? Do you plan on eating any of this? Because it looks delicious, but it's not. It can kill you. And like, that's kind of what it feels like to me. Now, they say here that we want to make sure these poisonings are prevented. It's easy. All we have to make sure is that public safety trumps their profits. Well, okay, but yeah, I get that. I get that. And I don't quite know. I mean, the thing, okay, look at the image here of the Tide Pod on the screen. It's bright, it's colorful, you're drawn to it. That's the branding. And at this point now, it's become synonymous with an online prank that can get you hurt, in some cases even killed, as there have been deaths related to ingesting laundry detergent in the past. So I get that. And I'm actually on the side of the Democrats here that are saying, like, maybe you should make this look less appealing, right? Like, start making Tide Pods like dog shit brown. Why not? You know, like, kids aren't going to eat something that smells and looks like shit. So, something to consider. The bill would also require detergent packets and other hazardous household products to require child-resistant packaging and clear labels, which is not something I am against. We are asking for all laundry detergent pods to be uniform in color. We don't need them to look like gummy bears in order for consumers to use them. They have a point. The thing is, though, when it comes to uniform in color, that's going to go against maybe some elements involving trademark and, intellectual property. If they're all uniform in color, then it's going to be very hard to differentiate between the different brands. And since these guys are technically in the market to brand stuff and sell stuff, that could actually be an issue. However, I do see the point they are, in fact, trying to make. It says here, the American Association of Poison Control Centers have said that eating detergent packets can be fatal or lead to serious health problems. I believe the obligatory, yeah, no shit, Sherlock applies here. Procter & Gamble responded in a statement saying there's nothing new in these legislative proposals. The Cincinnati-based company said it already makes the packages child-resistant and found from a review of data from the Poison Control Center that color does not play a critical role in a child's accidental exposure to laundry packs. But the thing is, though, we're not looking at this from an accidental exposure situation, right? You've got kids who are legitimately ingesting Tide Pod packs as part of a challenge. We've gone past the realm necessarily of accidentally ingesting, right? We've got to move past that. But I get what they're trying to say. They don't want to accept any fault, and I get that. And they're not at fault, by the way. I don't think Procter & Gamble is at fault at all for this. Literally, it's just kids being stupid because of challenges they find on the internet, right? And that's about what it boils down to. And so it's not their fault, but at this point, you know, I get it. As for individual wrapping, the company says that it believes doing so would not be helpful in reducing incidents and may have unintended consequences, such as accidental ingestion and the environmental impact from adding plastic wrapping. Accidental ingestion, not so much. If the packets are harder to open, no one's going to sit there and be like, oh, I can't drink this detergent, I'm just going to eat the whole package. It's just not going to happen. But the environmental impact of adding plastic is something that I could see there being a valid concern. Go to the store, look for the laundry detergent packs. I mean, they're everywhere. Also saying, finally, customers have a choice. Those who prefer a single colored pack can use Tide Free and Gentle, which is all white. Tide is also available in a liquid and powder product form. Ooh, you gotta love that upsell at the end there, right? It's like, well, we know there are children out there that might be ingesting some of these colorful packets, but by the way, we also offer Tide Free and Gentle, the white pack. And remember, folks, here at Procter & Gamble, we say white is right. Wink. No, I'm kidding on that last part, but it's so stupid. It's like they're upselling their own product. Procter & Gamble has undertaken its own public campaign to try to stop people from abusing their products. They say here that ensuring the safety of the people who use our products is fundamental to everything we do at P&G, David Taylor, the company's CEO, said. However, even though most stringent standards and protocols, labels, and warnings can't prevent intentional abuse fueled by poor judgment and the desire for popularity. Ooh, David Taylor, that is you dropping the mic and just going, bow, 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 bow. You know, I mean, he's putting it back on the people here, right? It's like we can't. It's like we want to ensure everyone's safety and who use our products, but we can't help. You know, we can't prevent intentional abuse fueled by poor judgment and the desire for popularity. Well, he's got a point. He's got a point. People out there who are desiring to be popular by ingesting Tide Pods. 2018. But I do feel, but the lawmakers responded here. They say that more should be done, including legislature passing the bill. Saying here, while our legislation would only protect New Yorkers, we urge Procter & Gamble and all manufacturers of colorful detergent pods to offer the same protections to the nation and immediately commit to the precautions set forth in our legislation. Which, again, I'm actually kind of okay with that. And I'm okay with that mostly due to the fact that I don't want there to be kids that feel like it's a good idea to eat Tide Pods. But I also acknowledge that the ongoing controversy surrounding the challenge and idiots like me talking about it might have a kind of negative impact on that. It might show some kids out there that, this thing is taboo. This thing is bad. How bad could it be? Right? How bad could it be? And then they still want to be famous. Because, again, to be realistic, when you've got the idea of internet fame, which is something that that some people will do anything for, ingesting something like this, you know, to prove they can survive it, to solidify themselves in meme history, might be something they're willing to almost die over. And as a result of that, even though the company has done nothing wrong, if they want to change public perception of this issue, then they might want to start looking into the idea of changing the product packaging and how the product looks to make it less colorful, enticing, and looking like candy.